Quick recap for the benefit of everyone in case you forgot. So far, our intrepid adventurers have been mysteriously trapped in the land of Barovia by a magical, scary fog that smells like undead people. And this land is ruled by an evil vampire named Strahd, who you all have recently discovered has a odd obsession with a local village girl named, I can't remember her name. Irina, that's right. So far, shenanigans you have found yourself in. You all have killed several zombies in a random tower. You found yourself in a village where you met Dante, Jake's character, who likes to pee on fire pits to make gunpowder. You do not know what gunpowder is, so from your perspective, he just pees on fire pits.
And then he picks up the ashes
later.
And
then he picks up the rest, the whatever's there. From there, you wandered about the town, met several villagers, including Tatiana and her older brother. Ismark, thank you.
Tatiana?
That's good.
Not Tatiana, sorry. Irina. It's a different character.
Entirely different names.
Entirely different characters, sort of.
I know someone named Tatiana. Crazy, I know.
Queen.
Where you promised to help take her to a safer town, far away from Strahd, so long as you helped her bury her dead father at the church. In attempting to bury her dead father, you discovered that the local priest had his two sons who became vampires locked in his basement. And you all did battle with one of them because he ate the other one beforehand. And before you could strike the final blow, Strahd himself appeared and whisked him away and also kind of showed you guys what's what, if I'm being honest. And then now it's time for a funeral.
Should we go around and
first,
say our characters?
Everyone go around.
Say your name and your character.
Say your name, your character's name, and do a brief description.
Do you want to go first?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Nick, you want to go first?
My character's name is Lift, and basically he's a cleric who wears a mask most of the time, and he has elfishy ears. He's an Eladrin, and he's here to make sure you don't die on whatever you're doing.
Side note, the god he worships' name is Jared. He is a god of brotherhood and fraternal love.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Jared, a god of brotherhood and fraternal love. He's a frat. JT.
Often called JT.
Mm-hmm. It's your turn.
I am Jake. My character is Dante Maceo. He is a human.
He's a human.
Yes, he is a human, and he is a artificer who likes to pee on fire pits and later collect the ashes for gunpowder because he make gun.
Seth?
Yeah. So I play Orithar. He is a 7'5" tall beast of a man. He is covered in furs, but what you can see on the inside appears to be like a bit of a deer skull coming out of his hood, with some antlers protruding out as well.
My character is Ben. Yeah, he is a blood hunter, a human, and he wears a wrap around his face. It's a black wrap with a white smiley face on it. And he occasionally has just blood dripping from him.
It's very unpleasant.
Likely homeless.
He's very nice.
He's
very friendly, but he's also very scary, so people do not like to be around him.
He's not homeless. He has a very nice black dress shirt and tan pants.
That's not a house. That's what I say.
Reese, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes, I would. I'm Diane, former housewife. My husband and son have passed away. I'm here on accident. My friend Carol actually bought me some cruise tickets. I was supposed to be on the Sword Coast. I don't know how I got here, but Carol and I will be having words upon our return. Diane's about 5'6". She's got like a short mom bob type thing going on. She has green eyes. She's got a scar right over like the left half of her face, and she is wearing the most wool you have ever seen on a person, like just so much knitwear.
Which she made herself.
She did. Her husband was a wool merchant, and so she had quite a lot of experience in the business. So,
as a side note, 2 things. She's kind of mean.
She's not mean, she's direct.
She's backhanded.
She reminds me of a French person.
And other thing, the bag of holding you have.
Yes.
It has molded itself to your personality and now looks like a knitted tote bag.
Hell yeah.
The knitted tote bag of holding.
Yeah.
Also, every time you open it, let me know, please.
Okay.
Tori, would you like to introduce your character?
Yeah, so my name is Orla Petrova, and I am a revenant.
Sheesh.
Nobody
Sorry.
normal in this group.
Continue.
I'm a bard. I haven't figured out everything else yet, but we'll get back to you on that.
We're working on that.
Yeah.
I have a question. What is a revenant?
It is a zombie that instead of being alive because of magic, it's alive because of hate. As we return to the story, you all, Tori, whose character's name I can't remember, is not there, but you have all been shocked by what just occurred. You beat the crap out of the priest's vampire son, who then was taken by Strahd, who also subsequently kind of messed you guys up. So you guys have just been sitting in the basement for a couple of hours?
I'm gonna run upstairs to where the priest, Irina,
Everyone is? Okay.
and make sure they're okay.
Are you alright?
Priest's name is Donavich. Yes, thank you. We are all right. Why do you ask? We've heard a lot of screaming, so we were wondering if you were all right.
We were attacked.
You were upstairs.
They were attacked.
Well, I assumed when you went to go and fight my vampire sons. How are they doing, by the way?
Very dead.
Oh.
Unfortunately, they have both passed, Father.
Actually, they have not. One of them is. Remember?
I'm just gonna tell them that both of them
Make
passed.
a deception check for
Okay.
me. With this, and yeah.
Can Ben help with that rule by doing his little neck throat slitting thing?
Yeah, you want to give him the help action?
Yeah.
Roll that with advantage.
10.
He's
Hey, it's okay to have
kind
a
of
negative one on charisma.
skeptical. Like, Dad, did you kill my sons? What happened? There was a lot of screaming.
Well,
I would assume he was quite strong and quite hungry. So
I was merely witness to half the battle. But I believe they're both dead.
So if I go down there will be 2 corpses.
I wouldn't. Let us get back to the funeral.
Yes. And then Irina gets a figure out a not so annoying
Someone
voice.
important actually died.
Yes, of course, the funeral, said Irina. We must bury my father. Because he's starting to smell a little.
Uh-oh.
And then Ismark is in the back it's been days.
Diane, are we all upstairs?
At this point, you've all, except for Tori's character, whose name I still don't remember. Orla, are all gathered in the chapel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you like me to bless the ground so he doesn't wake up again?
That would be pleasant. Shall we adjourn to the graveyard, where we shall bury?
Yes.
Would anyone like to volunteer to carry the body?
I got you.
Ben and you, sir.
Lift.
Lift. Yes, thank you, sir.
Because I lift your father's
It's
corpse.
not my father. It's their father.
Oh, their father's
It's not my father, boy. I am father, as in priest. Oh, but I am not There, Father. My sons apparently died.
Question, Father. What the hell?
What?
Why? How? One of those boys is Bones.
Bones?
Bones. They haven't eaten in 5 years. Why?
10 years.
What? 10 years? What would possess you to keep them? What? Why? This is worse than death.
As I told you, I could not bring myself to kill my boys.
You're
my baby
weak.
boys. Yes. Well, I don't know if you've ever had any children, madam, but the burden of a parent is that the love of a parent can make you do some crazy things.
Yes, it can. And that is not the love you've displayed today.
Anyways.
And Diane walks out the door.
Farewell. You all adjourn to like the graveyard. Where did you go, Diane?
She's in the graveyard, just sort of glowering.
Like
Okay.
in the back.
I'm gonna look at the priest and just go like, JT does not approve of your bro code. Treating your sons like that. I'm just gonna walk over to the casket, get ready to hoist it.
Ben walks up to the priest and like motions for a shovel.
Is there a...
Yeah, he goes to his office and grabs a shovel from the closet.
Ben grabs the shovel.
Hands
from
the shovel to Ben.
Okay.
Are we sure this one is sane enough to be carrying anything resembling a weapon?
Ben holds up like one of his axes
Fair enough.
and then puts it away
Fair enough.
and starts to dig a hole.
Okay. Cool.
Should I make it?
So is he just carrying the coffin by himself?
Oh,
No one gonna
let's
help
hope
him?
he hadn't eaten in a couple weeks.
Make-
Because I'm going to need
Make
that.
a strength check, please.
All right. 19.
Holy!
By yourself. This priest, this cleric who doesn't look particularly strong. He kind of looks geeky, you know. He summons his inner frat boy.
Do you know that like one scene? I think it's like in Terminator, but basically Arnold Schwarzenegger has like a coffin on one shoulder,
Exactly.
then like a Tommy gun in the other.
He's got. What weapons do you carry on you? He's got a Bible in
Greatsword,
one
a
hand.
maul, and a vial of 5-hour energy drink.
He's got like a case of 5-hour energy in one hand and a coffin which he hoists onto his shoulder.
Like a
again.
boombox.
Thinking
Like
set
a
of
boombox.
scriptures with bro code written.
He has the bro code in one hand. Yes, that's perfect. And single-handedly, easily carries it out to the grave, where Ben has begun digging a shallow grave.
Okay.
Ben's used to digging graves, guys. Trust me.
Just so
Sweet
everyone's
sad.
aware, out of the game, Diane has like a headcanon that this guy fully has like a tattoo somewhere on him that says "Thou shalt not snitch," and she definitely thinks less of him for it.
See what I mean?
Orithar would be like as far away from the body as possible, so he'd probably go stand next to.
Okay, Orithar is standing
Dante
awkwardly and
is joining
uncomfortably
him.
close to Diane. Dante is also standing uncomfortably close to Diane on the other
She's
side.
just seething with rage.
They're both much taller than you.
It's like
She's
the,
5'6".
it's like the
She's just, like,
introvert
right there.
who doesn't want to be in the party, and then her two extrovert friends comes and
And,
joins her.
She's like, she doesn't even care. They're weirdly close.
Diane,
there.
they're very close. They both kind of smell a little weird, and they're breathing very heavily through
Right.
their mouths.
She pulls out her satchel of dried lavender and just holds it to her face.
Starts stress knitting.
She has crossed her arms, but there are two knives just in case they get too
I'm
close.
going to look over.
It's rude
I'm
to
gonna look
breathe
back.
through your mouth, Erica.
Hey, Ben, I think we better dig 2 more graves.
Orithar stops breathing.
To be honest, you guys a little bit hungry? Because I could really go for a good berry.
Jake and Seth, considering all the violence that's happened today, roll Constitution. DC, it's like DC 10.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's tough, bud.
5.
Just to get this out there, Ben doesn't speak. I don't know if I mentioned that before.
Oh, 10.
Orithar passes.
It is
Samuel.
Hang on.
He wakes up just in time for the funeral. Before we get so we're gonna get to Jake in a minute. We're gonna get to Dante in a sec. You failed. This is gonna be really funny. Sam, because Seth is recording the session. So will you introduce yourself and your
likeness
character?
being used.
Okay. My name is John Zagrock. Throckrick. I'm a human paladin. So he's really tall and muscly. But in the end, he's like a gentle giant. He wouldn't lay a hand on a fly unless the fly was an undead demon who he had to send back to rest in his grave.
And then you'd have a funeral for him after.
Yeah, I know I'd have a funeral. He really likes funerals.
Yeah, he's really excited.
Has a connection with his dead grandpa, who he loves dearly.
He shows up sometimes.
Yeah. So before we get to the issue, so Dante and Orithar, for reasons I will not explain, just had to roll Constitution saving throws. Orithar passed, barely. Dante did not.
And they were both standing on either side of Diane, uncomfortably close.
Jake starts breathing heavier.
Before we resolve that, though, John, right?
Yes.
You are asleep. You're taking a nap
Okay.
in the basement that you guys just fought like a vampire in, because you're kind of tired and you're fine with dead things being near you. You feel like a little zap on your face, and you wake up, and it's your grandfather. Grandson, you're going to miss the funeral. Hurry, wake up! You're going to miss the funeral. Go! The funeral you've been so excited for. They're digging the grave.
How are my teeth looking?
May need a quick filing.
Okay, all right. I run up the stairs, grinding my teeth a little.
With a file.
What?
What's everybody's passive perception?
11.
Oh,
13.
I'm doing my math.
10.
11.
I believe a 14.
That's kind of. You guys all notice as he bursts out through the back door in a panic, hair kind of disheveled like he just woke up, filing his teeth.
Not weird.
with a hardened steel file. Not a nail file, like a file for woodworking and stuff.
And only I'm on my
Sharpening
last tooth,
or
lightening
brushing?
it down.
Just filing them. You don't know. Your perception not high enough. Anyways, you're in a panic. You see the funeral. What you see is Diane standing kind of annoyed. And then you see Erithor standing very close, also looking at her. Not breathing at all.
Just go with him and stop breathing.
Dante on her other side, similar position, breathing very heavily. And then everyone else kind of standing near Ben as he digs a grave by himself. Have you put the coffin down yet? Lift is just holding the coffin with the body like
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Like a boombox.
Like a boombox. He's got like a giant tome, like a religious text that says the bro code on it,
The 3 commandments of JT.
and like a picture, like the holy symbol is of like.
It's just.
I'm gonna be honest. It's just a picture of Megan Fox. Similar to the door that opened when he cast his
right.
divine magic earlier. That's what you see. Is there anything you want to do first?
I think John just stands there stunned because this is not at all what a funeral should look like.
All right. In that case,
Who's the funeral planner here?
back to Jake.
Dante.
Jake, you enter. You
I calmly walk over
really
to the
thirsty. As you enter a frenzy, and you have to attack the nearest creature with a bite attack,
Okay.
which would do 1d4 piercing.
Hold up.
Do I notice?
I immediately turn.
Everybody, you two make perception checks.
Does Ben notice the heavy breathing?
You're kind of far away.
That's not good.
7.
You're just not breathing. You're just so focused. You're really focused on not breathing and then staring at her for some reason.
I'm so cool.
And then Diane, You kind of, since you're so close, I would say a 7 pat, because he's right next to you.
Yeah.
Really, and like just
I don't know. She
staring
also
at you.
gets advanced wisdom perception checks for hearing and smell.
For smell, okay.
Advantage for
Are you gonna do that with? Do you want to make a perception check with smell then?
for hearing?
For hearing or smell?
I think she would do hearing.
Okay. You know what? Just roll that perception check with advantage. Is what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Okay, that's a 17.
There's not a visible change, but Dante, you notice his breathing quickens. You can hear his heartbeat, and it's beating like 1,000 miles per hour all of a sudden. Like he's really excited about something. And his smell changes too. It changes from the smell of urine and smoke to like you add a smell of a normal like predator in the forest would smell like.
Oh boy.
Smells like
Jake,
bloodlust.
Dante, you must make a biting attack against the nearest creature.
10.
How did I
10?
not read that before?
What's your AC?
12.
12. So you see him, because you noticed these almost imperceptible changes, when he lunges for your neck with his suddenly sharper teeth, you're able to get out of the way.
Okay.
And I miss and just like leap on him on accident and bite one of the skulls.
Yeah, exactly. He lunges for you and you just barely get out of the way as he bumps into you, Orithar, who now notices that there's something wrong.
Okay.
You 3 roll initiative.
Boy.
You
4.
I also got 4.
Hey!
You 3.
12.
I want you guys to make a perception check.
And
14.
I got
14.
2 10s.
2 10s. 14, 2 10s, what?
14.
14. Okay. You guys roll initiative too. You notice that something's amiss, roll initiative. But you guys
Drops
are
the
also
cup.
about to...
Mark and Irene are just like, oh!
Wailing over their father's corpse.
You guys, though, are also about 30 feet away from them. 30 or 40 feet.
19.
19. Okay, everyone...
I got a 10 as
Dice
well.
are blessed.
Dang it, why am I getting so many 10s?
Let me find paper. Okay. Okay, first up is Sam.
Yes. Okay, so how far away are they?
You're like 30 feet away. I'm going to say 20 feet away.
Do I know, is being a vampire a disease?
No.
How about like being vampire spawn?
No.
Dang it. Okay.
But if you want... Yeah, no, just go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to run at Jake and like grapple him.
Grapple him?
'Cause,
Okay.
yeah,
But you're also 30 feet away.
I'm going to say you...
Well, yeah, but
you guys didn't
you
want to get
moved
too far, so you're like 20 feet away.
Okay.
I mean, I've got 30 feet of speed.
Yes, I'm 30 feet away, so...
Power legs. Okay, this is to grapple. So, I guess it's a competing strength.
Yes. Make competing strength checks. But...
Nat 1.
Yes!
So...
Jack, Dante.
Jake...
Right under
or
the
Dante...
grave.
So... Immediately sensing something's kind of not right now.
John drops his file.
He drops his, still holding his file in one hand. He charges towards Dante with zero context and full on like quarterback like bodies him, like tackles him to the ground and gets him in like a jujitsu chokehold.
Dang! Whoa! I didn't know I had.
And Jake is now grappled. Or Dante is now grappled. Is there anything else? I guess there's not really anything.
No, that was about it.
So next would be Nick.
Alright, I'm gonna walk over still holding the casket. I'm gonna walk over Jake and just stare down at him through my mask. I'm gonna pull out a packet of 5-hour energy. And I'm going to say partake, and I'm just gonna dump it all over his face.
Make an attack roll with advantage.
What is 5-hour energy supposed to do?
It's his holy water.
Oh, right.
Oh, blessed to be.
Bad rolls. 6?
You just like dump it.
You dump you get distracted and you drink it.
Don't you have,
So excited.
don't you have advantage if they're
Partake. Ooh.
yeah.
Anything else you want to do? That's an action.
Pouring out one for my homies.
You can't waste that juice.
I guess I'm just gonna like.
vampire.
I'm just gonna set it on his forehead.
All right, you set a vial on his forehead. It's just kind of there.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna stare at him.
All right, you stare at him. He doesn't really notice. He's too hungry. Next
That's
up
what you need, a
is
Snickers.
Jake. So
You're
Jake,
not you,
every
you're
turn
hungry.
you're going to roll another Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
It's DC. What was it? 10.
Okay. 16.
You come to your senses. You blacked out for a second there, but when you wake up, you can't breathe. You're being choked out. There's a small bottle of 5-hour energy on your forehead, and you have no idea what the heck is going on. Combat ends.
Can I actually do
I
something?
tap out
Yeah.
before combat.
Yeah.
So what Orthar does is he's standing by Diane and kind of sees that. He's gonna step in front of Diane and kind of like stoop down. You can almost see like a long, almost like his neck kind of like staying at like your eye level, and you can't really see in the darkish hood. But for a brief second, you see 2 green fiery pupils pierce through the darkness, and you hear. As he's gonna cast Cause Fear on you.
Okay.
You awaken a sense of mortality in one creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, become frightened of you until the end of the spell.
So
the frightened target cannot repeat saving throw at the end of each turn, ending the effect on 6.
Right.
So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to scare him, and a scared creature cannot willingly come towards you, basically trying to push him away from
So
I'm still grabbing.
Jake, as you come to, you see Arathor, right after you notice the choking and the bottle on your forehead, you see Arathor with his scary as heck deer skull staring at you, his eyes glowing green. Make a wisdom saving throw. Please.
1. Oh, 20.
12.
What was the...
My DC is 12.
I'm gonna say a tie pass for you for your saving throw, so a tie passes. You get kind of nervous, but that's it. You all notice that he's chilled.
Okay, so I like release it a bit,
My
but I'm like,
pupils undilate. And
Yeah.
Dante, is that you? Speak apparition.
You see Father Donavich running over, holding his like priest robe up like a princess, running over. What happened? What?
Nothing, Father, that you need to worry about.
Okay.
Go back.
We're ready. The body's in the... Well, the body's not. We just need the grave's ready.
Go back.
Ben is
and
very fast at digging holes, guys.
go back
That's
and
really good.
comfort the Burgomaster's children.
Okay. He, like, kind of sheepishly runs back, like...
John grumbles and then he's like, I think we would have been fine at the funeral right now. I don't know.
You can still have the funeral, but... This is just a thing that kind of happened because... It's easy. So what do you guys...
So, Dante, do you want to talk about that?
Well, I mean, I said it already. I was hungry.
I'd like to know what, why
I'm hungry. I'm
thirsty
very
and
hungry, and
glass
you.
water.
Yeah, we get it. Why? Normal people do not attempt to drink others when they're thirsty.
You were right by me, and I was hungry.
You're
and
saying that I was there.
I
and
wanted
so-
a bite of that
Donnie
flesh.
starts taking a step back.
So it's like having a 6-pack of Gatorade right there, and you've been walking through the Sahara Desert for 36 hours.
Who's HR here? I need to take. I would like to file a complaint. He needs to take harassment courses.
Ben sheepishly raises his hand.
I mean, he's the better listener, so.
Orithar and Ben both raised their
They're
hand.
both HR.
They're the least human out of all of us.
No, he's the listener. I'm the big bulky guy that throws people out of the building when they won't leave.
I just like to have
HR,
him on the
the
shoulder.
violent side of HR.
All right. Diane just like kind of grumbles, and then she sort of throws her hands up and goes ah, and then she points at Lift aggressively and says, "Let's go." And then she walks over to the hole.
All right, you guys follow her. Him. He's the one carrying single-handedly the.
He's boomboxing.
He's boomboxing the corpse. As you approach the grave, you notice almost for the first time, Irina looks up from her crying, while Ismark embraces her, and kind of stares dumbfounded at Nick while he's carrying her dead father like a boombox.
Perhaps we should show more respect to
Well,
the dead.
they did want us to protect them. This is a great way of showing them that we are
How
capable.
far we're willing to go.
Exactly.
She's just kind of floored, like.
Is he in a
Fair enough.
Is he in a coffin? Or
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, so it's not just a loose corpse.
Ben starts jumping up and down because the grave is like 6 foot and he's like only 6'1".
Are you in the grave?
Well, he dug the grave.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like,
He took a 6-foot hole in the time it took for one man to combat.
I guess,
I'm gonna pass out because I've been carrying this guy for so long.
Would you
I'll
like
be
to
back.
place it down?
Well,
The coffin falls down next to the grave.
So I think you're stuck in the grave, right?
yeah, Ben's only 6'1".
Okay, so Orithar kind of reaches out, his bones cracking in his arms as he kind of reaches down and holds out a hand to you. Do you take it?
Ben does
So
take
sweet.
it.
Wow.
Ben has
You-
no fear.
You feel his hands and claws kind of wrapping
what I got
around
out
your
of this,
forearm
yeah.
and kind of lifts you out and just like you get pulled
Just sitting
out.
there.
As this
And-
happens, you guys there's like a moment that passes between you guys, like you guys are kind of bros now. Like this is not like a
That's
romantic
true.
thing. This is like more like a bromance. Like oh my
You're
gosh,
the only one that listens to me.
oh my gosh, this guy's a freak. I'm a freak. We could be friends. Like that's the feeling you guys get.
I ship it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like you could be homies.
I just imagine like Ben slowly being raised out of the grave, just sort of limp, and he's just smiley face, and it's just like he's slowly turning.
It's more than a feeling.
Like a limp marionette.
So everybody helps place the coffin in the grave, and you're all gathered around the grave. You know, Irina and Ismark are weeping quietly, actually. And Father Donavich steps up. He's got like some new robes on. Previously, he was just like a friar. Now he's kind of dressed, kind of like a Catholic priest at like a ceremony. You know, so he's kind of done himself up a little bit for the funeral. And he approaches as priestly as he can be. We have gathered here today, friends and strangers and odd creatures alike, to honor the passing of a great man, our leader in this town, in this dark land. He was a shining light of hope to some of us.
Some of us.
And today, after several days of him being dead, we finally honor him. He looks to you. Holy One, I think you outrank me here. Would you like to say a few kind words for our dear Burgomaster?
It'd be my honor. Your Excellency, sir.
I'm not an excellency. I'm
Don't
sorry.
get too dehydrated there.
He goes up. His eyes are like so red. Just it's been so emotional.
Beautiful
for him.
service. Like the evening is like it's almost the dark, scary landscape has almost taken on kind of an eerie beauty with the mist and the graves and the stars in the sky. Anyways, perfect night for
I
funeral.
just like to thank everybody here who made this possible, and especially the Burgomaster himself. He was an honorable man.
You want to thank him for dying.
Look, I'm not very good at funeral services. I just really like doing them.
I enjoy it. I didn't say I was good at it.
This funeral is sponsored by Raid Shadow. It's an unboxing video.
Oh my god.
No, that's awful. He was a good man, and I know he won't be alone up there in Burgomaster heaven. Thank you.
Ismark openly starts crying, like ugly crying. He's in the fetal position.
Irina's the one like
Irina's
cradling him.
She's like cradling him, like shh, it's okay, it's okay.
Wait, I should roll a charisma check to see.
Roll a charisma check.
How well it's received.
To see how well this is received.
Oh. Hey, +3, 10.
Okay.
10? Okay.
Probably more intimidating.
It's one of your first funerals. You're getting into.
It's an early funeral. You're doing a good job.
I usually don't pay attention to them because I'm crying so hard. So this is like a big step for me.
Bert likes crying.
Yeah. Ismark, he's not super bright. So he's kind of still moved a little bit by your speech. And the tension was high today, so he just kind of lets it all out, like decades of being Ismark the Lesser, because his father was Ismark the Greater, and the passing of his father and a mediocre speech was all it took to push him over the edge. He's ugly crying on the ground while Irina kind of just cradles him like, shh, it's okay. It's okay, you can be Ismark the Greater now. You could be just Ismark now. Because as he says this, he cries harder.
Ben goes up to him and he like whispers in his ear.
No.
Is this the first time he like spoken?
He can speak, but I think the reason he doesn't is it smells bad in the mask.
Oh, God.
Okay, so he speaks.
I've been able to speak this whole time.
But he doesn't like make it so everybody can hear. Just whispers to him.
It gets better.
Roll a charisma check, please.
For intimidation or what?
For just flat
Is it
charisma.
opposed?
I got it too.
It comes out, he looks up, he stops crying for a second, looks up, he sees the young man covered in blood, with the creepy serial killer smile mask. Go, it gets better from here. And he straight up screams. But as the funeral, as
one of you comfort him.
as the funeral service concludes, as the speech concludes, the ground in the grave adjacent to the Burgomaster's, as you guys cover him with dirt, begins to quiver, and from the ground, like the earth just kind of explodes, like a hand explodes out of a neatly manicured hand.
Wait, guys,
explodes out of that ground,
I just realized.
and a zombie girl, crawls out of the ground like.
What kind of Wednesday is this?
And starts playing like a mournful tune on a harmonica.
Guys,
Orla has joined the party. You guys react to whatever the heck just
Okay,
happened.
so I think Diane just screamed what I just screamed. What kind of Wednesday is this? And it's not Wednesday.
Orla, so moved. She's just kind of been sleeping. She's been like conscious for a while. But like so moved by your speech,
Wow.
John, she decided to unbox herself and express that that emotion via harmonica.
Ben
Like the
comes over
video,
and, like,
subscribe.
helps her out of the ground.
You see a scary masked man covered in blood comes and like reaches out a hand to help you out.
Pleasure, good sir.
Diane would like to do some kind of check based on her blood hunter information to see what's going on here and whether or not she needs to be
Make
afraid.
an Arcana check. Since it's about a monster, I'm sorry, you're technically a monster.
No offense.
No offense, but you're a hideous, unnatural. Your character is a hideous, unnatural monster.
I do try.
Ben keeps the shovel, by the way.
So,
Okay, cool.
an
You
Arcana check?
add shovel to your inventory.
Yeah, he just
Since it's based on a monster, you get
Put it in your
advantage. Make an Arcana check
puts
with
it on the
advantage.
backpack.
Oh, okay, excellent. That's an unnatural 20.
Whoa.
So there was no perceivable magic that was cast nearby. This is a corpse that essentially reanimated itself by some powerful emotion. So you know that this is likely a revenant, but for some reason, she's not super angry. She's kind of chill.
So,
Hi.
John's like, are you sure you don't want to go back and rest?
Would you like to?
no, I had my vacation
Double
time.
funeral, let's go!
You already had a double funeral, John.
That was
think
4
the dead are
zombies and a
usually
finger.
happier when they're resting. I don't know.
Oh,
Would
also,
you like to rest?
No, I'm feeling quite awake
Are you
now.
sure?
The speech was quite moving and I'm stirred.
Oh, thank you.
Orithar will go to her and says,
What is your mother's name, child?
It's been a while, so I'm not sure if I remember. I think I just called her Ma. Ma.
Daughter of mom.
What is your purpose, daughter of mom?
Well, I'm just kind of here. I woke up and it was nice to lay down for a while, but it's time to get moving again. Who are you people?
Well, I'm Diane.
Diane. Also, Diane, what year is it?
Excellent question. I'm not sure. I'm not from here, so
That doesn't change the passage of time.
it is 2016. Post.
no reason, it's so dreadful. Yeah.
2016, not 80 or anything like that. 2016 post crinkling.
PC.
Did you say post-crinkly?
Post-crinkly.
Oh my.
And
How long are you gonna sleep for?
as John said, it's the year of the footman.
That's a while.
Indeed.
Father Donavich
Then you're
is
the crinkly
clearly
cow.
concerned. That's quite a long time. I did not know that this graveyard was that old.
Oh yes.
That's a long time.
I was awake. I think just before the crinkling, but then I needed a quick nap, and so I laid down. This isn't actually my grave. My original grave, sorry.
Whose grave? He reads the grave, and it's like someone named
John Doe.
It's someone named like Jorvik Vlangenspiegel. And like the like little phrase under the name is like he will not be missed.
I think I chose a good one here.
What did you do with the body?
It was kind of already gone when I got here.
Is it like a mattress or like a teddy bear?
Indeed.
Like a body.
A soft bed of dust.
body pillow.
What?
Priest are you?
That one went over my head.
He
What?
takes like the
It's a
communion
body
wine under his robe. It's been
That was a good
long
one.
day.
Oh, pass it over, brother.
The wine like kind of falls out of a cavity in your rib cage.
The alcohol's gone downhill.
Join us by the graveside, daughter of Ma.
Indeed, I
Do
shall.
you have a name yourself?
Oh, yes, I'm Orla.
Nice to meet you.
Dr. Petrova, if you will.
Doctor! Oh, well, finally, someone with credentials. I'm Diane. No formal title.
No,
As you shake hands,
My husband worked in the wool trade.
as you shake hands, you accidentally take her hand off.
Oh,
my dear, can I have that back?
please.
It's very well manicured, but like it's still like a zombie hand.
That should stay for
Ben
good,
hands
okay?
Orla the note.
What note? Oh, your business card.
This is Ben.
It says, "This is Ben."
Oh, it has been a good one. Thank you.
Then he takes it back.
Oh, you need that.
Okay. Ismark kind of composes himself. Ismark, no longer Ismark the Lesser, just Ismark, gets up, like, wipes like an enormous amount of snot, like on his sleeve, like, I think I'm okay now. Nice to meet you.
Can I borrow that glue
Glue?
on your sleeve there?
This look.
It's still a little loose, you see.
Hesitantly
Perfect.
give me a sec.
Yes, your name is.
It dries up very quickly.
You see Ismark and
He like
Irina
backs away,
both
puts his hands behind his back like nice to meet
vomit.
you.
Ben hands Orla one of his spare bandages that he just has.
Oh.
It's very bloody.
And
That is not
Anyway,
his element. I love
we
it.
were
Shall we continue with the meal?
Move away from here.
now that we've buried my father, shall we get to the matter at hand? If you recall, I asked you a favor of helping me transport my little sister to the town of Valaki, because it's far more secure than this dump. So, shall we do that? Are you ready? He gets up and is like, kind of recovers, kind of still clearly a little queasy, stands kind of far away from
Gags a
Orla.
little bit.
I think I'm composed now. I think I'm
Composed. Do you write music?
Well, actually, now that I do like to sing on occasion. I did write this little ditty.
Ben puts his finger to her mouth and just nods no.
Oh, she just leaves a smudge of like mud.
a smudge of mud and blood.
We agreed to protect you, not here.
But it really is a lovely ditty. I wrote it in my.
Did you say ditty? No, thank you. Ben was right.
I think Diane would lean close to her and be like, "We'll talk later."
When he zips his,
Okay.
when he zips, like does the motion for zipping, he does it like across the smiley face.
So creepy.
Everyone visibly like shivers. But shall we leave? All my possessions were eaten by werewolves and other such creatures of the night as Strahd stalked me. Sometimes he takes my things as well.
That's so petty.
Ben motions for like
Takes
money,
his toothbrush.
money, and then
Oh, I'm sure.
what is the sign for like shop? Because Ben knows sign language, but nobody else knows sign language, so he
one
just
wants
like
this
signs
economy.
the word
Oh,
for shop. So
Make a charisma.
What you could do is you just can take out your coin purse and like shake it and like have all this money. Let's go spend it somewhere.
that's a 10.
You want money? You want.
He takes out his
Oh,
coin
you want a
bag.
saloon? You want to find a saloon? Because you were like motioning like a house, right?
He was motioning in the house, and then he takes out like his sack of gold, like motions like giving it to somebody. So he goes over and he gives it to him, and then
You want to give us money?
You have money, don't you?
Shopping?
You want to go shopping?
and then Ben takes his gold coin back.
I will be perfectly honest. The merchant here is a scoundrel.
Oh, absolutely. I tried selling him a shawl yesterday. Absolutely cheated me.
The items you get there are of poor quality, and several times
the market price, the market value. So, like, I tried to buy like a glass of a gallon of milk the other day, and it cost me 18 gold pieces.
Do you have cows here?
Sometimes.
One cow. One singular
We have cow.
Yes, that's
We also
Betty
have
over
custody of
there.
the cow.
She's rather old, but she's... Well, she was bitten by a vampire quite long ago, so she's been around for a long
So
time.
like strawberry milk.
It's strawberry milk, yes. We only have strawberry milk. It makes all bread taste rather odd.
we each take turns waiting for the milk. It's like a timeshare, but with a cow.
Is that exactly like a timeshare
The
with a
impatient
cow?
people just milk the rats, or
Do you
some real hard.
we do occasionally milk the rats. Sometimes after the bats give birth, we can milk them too. It's very difficult, and you only get about like this much milk. But shall we depart?
Let's go, please.
Shall we depart?
Oh my gosh.
Shall we?
Sure.
Lovely. Well, let us go then. What are we waiting for? And then Ismark is like, yes, as my sister said, shall we?
All right.
You all depart down. Oh, before you leave, Father Donavich approaches and says, "Children, do you intend to contact the Burgomaster of? Do you intend to contact the Burgomaster of Velaki?" I only intend to get us there. I see. But where will you put her? Because I recommend either the Burgomaster or the priest there is very wonderful, very lovely man.
I'm
They have
not
a
sure
very
I
nice
trust you.
graveyard.
No, he was, well, in priest school.
At least they didn't.
Priest school.
Priest school. He was my senior. He had perfect grades in all subjects. He was very kind, much better priest than I am.
Ah. What were your grades?
I don't want to talk about that.
All right, yeah. This guy sounds legit. Let's go.
Just remember, D's get degrees.
They do not.
Maybe for priests they do.
As you
Pretty
leave,
hard to
the Burgomaster goes in
The priest.
the priest. You're right. My bad. He goes to the basement. And you just, as you leave, you just hear, "I knew he was lying!" As he finds the bones and no second son.
Yeah, Ben starts booking it. Hopefully in the right
I
direction.
totally missed.
How would
And you guys
he?
can
How would
kill-
he feel though if he knew Strahd had them though?
I mean, considering he kept them starving in his basement for 10 years.
That's
His judgment is questionable.
that's true. Okay.
Not the best parenting skills.
So you guys are traveling. Now. You're on the road.
Conceal, don't feel.
So we're gonna have a little bit of downtime.
I'll like be in front of the pack. Does anyone want to like it? Should we do like a? Like,
Oh yeah. Decide marching order.
Marching order.
I'll go after. While they're walking, Ben starts like gently like taking furs and putting it in his alchemist supplies for later,
Okay.
off of his back.
Off of his back.
Wow.
Okay. So
Wow.
yeah, you take off a couple furs and you can see a hole in it where black fur is like poking out a little bit.
I think Diane also took like a little vial of graveyard soil and put it in her bag, also for alchemical purposes.
Perfect.
Is that just like a
along
blood
the
hunter
way?
thing
I'm
as well?
like,
I don't remember.
John's
where I got
gotten over his horror, and now he's just like really curious. So he's like, is it peaceful? Like on the other side? Like, did you like it a lot?
Actually, like it a lot.
It was really great, right?
It depended on the day. The weather changed a lot there.
There's weather?
You recall that in the afterlife they did not have a single good Italian place.
I don't.
It was all like along the lines of Olive Garden.
It's not bad.
The medium place.
John
To
would
the
say
medium
that.
place.
I mean, depends on the person.
No really good Italian food, so if you're into that, I'm sorry it'll be hell for you, but
that is also
Are you
side
familiar
note
with
in
the
hell.
Italians?
There are only
No, I don't. I don't do
like
litter.
late night 7-Elevens for convenient for stores.
Sorry, my
and
grandpa
food.
probably knows about dead things.
Yeah. I guess at this point they died out quite a few thousand years ago.
Did they have a nice funeral? You guys?
Ben is also.
Good food, funeral potatoes and all that.
Oh, okay. Great.
Funeral potatoes in limitless funeral potatoes.
You said you were a doctor, Orla. What was your field of study?
Sociology.
I don't know what that is.
I study people. Let's just say that.
Oh, do you have any good tea?
Not about any people you'd probably know.
I
There
don't
was
have to
this
know
one
them.
guy, nearly turned vampire that I met once. Not very nice, but he did have an interesting story of how he was turned. So that was, I guess, that was the last thing I remember.
D12.
Can you cast good spells?
I think Orithar will kind of notice you, like taking a couple furs off his back. He kind of turns. He doesn't stop walking, but he kind of slows down a little bit for you to like saddle up right next to him. He says, "Little one, how do you keep smiling every single day?
Oh, it's so sad. This is.
What is your secret?"
I can't read that.
I assumed as much.
He does know it's painted on there, right?
I'm not sure.
He just has terrible eyesight, and all he sees is the white line
It's
that's a smile.
questionable, but he did me a favor earlier, so I'm trying to be understanding.
My head falls off, and so I just kind of like carry it under my arm.
I have some yarn. Would that help?
Yes, that would.
Okay.
Can you like crochet? Like,
So
from
on
that?
this, you guys continue
That's what we
walking.
can do. So
It's like very, you can poke a hole through it.
You guys all continue walking for a few hours. I'm gonna do some random encounters. I rolled a random encounter. This one's a doozy. So it's night still. As you all walk.
hang on, we need to decide marching order.
Oh yeah,
So
marching
we've
order.
got
I'm going
Arthur,
first.
Ben in front,
I guess
After Urthar, yeah.
and then
Then we'll
Next,
we'll
separate
probably
us.
put Irina and Ismark in the middle.
Yes.
yeah. So it's Arthur, Ben. I'm gonna do John, Irene, and
Ismark.
Ismark.
Thank goodness they are at the back.
Then
It's not like the two Creep bros are in the front, you know.
And then Diane. Do you want to be walking? Yeah. So Diane
So
and
that
Orla.
mask is a mask,
And then in the
right?
back,
That's not your
it's
face.
Dante and Lift.
It's not
He
a
starts
mask
like
that looks
slowly
like a,
like he shows him that it's fabric.
No, it's not a mask.
They're sleeping.
it's a mask that looks like a face. It's not an actual face.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So Dante and Lift are.
He sort of shows him
Well,
that it's
I don't know.
fabric.
Dante had a weird freak out earlier. I'm not sure I would trust him to walk next to the humans.
But I also don't trust him behind. Well, I mean, I guess I'm not. He doesn't really pose that much of a
Yeah, it
dangerous
doesn't-
danger to me.
Yeah, and
I mean-
Lift is closer to him, is Diane's thinking, so he'll likely attack him first.
Alright, so marching order is Orithar, Ben,
John.
John,
Irina
the
and
humans,
Ismark.
What do you
Diane,
mean just
Diane,
humans? We're all
Orla,
humans here.
Dante and Lift.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Wait, yeah.
So you guys walk in this order for several hours. The mist seems to be getting even like thicker than usual. It kind of disappeared a little bit earlier, which is kind of only kind of there. As you
It
walk,
has a lovely smell to it.
as you walk, you hear a sound in the distance, getting closer, like of horses.
You still have horses?
Yeah.
They were almost dead.
Really?
They were
I'm
all-
fascinated.
And
Conservation.
out from the darkness, you see the silhouette of a horseman, a horse rider, approaching. Kind of not at like a full. I don't know what's the horse equivalent of a sprint.
Gallop?
Trot, gallop.
A gallop.
A dash?
Not at like a full gallop, but at a reasonable pace.
Canter?
A canter?
Canter.
Diane's
Canter.
worked up a snood for you, by the way, to hold your head onto your torso.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss animal.
As this shadowy figure approaches, what do you do?
Diane's got her hand on her shears.
Scissors.
Ben holds up. Oh, go ahead.
I'm. Are you gonna hold up something?
Ben was gonna hold up his axe and make it flame so that way people can see the
Take
horse.
your damage, my good boy.
I know.
Like,
I'm probably the first person he interacts with, and
Yes.
I'm like,
You still can't see him clearly yet, but
I'm like, name your purpose, son of the mists.
Can I notice anything about him, like based off of hearing or smell from back here?
sure.
Can Ben
Do I roll
hear if he's
perception?
I'm
breathing?
gonna say because you're far away,
Yeah.
roll flat perception since you would normally get advantage.
Can Ben hear if
17.
he's breathing as well?
Oh wait, do I
Roll perception.
do
Do
I add my perception bonus for
Yep.
that? So that's 18.
18?
Ben has blind sight. Helps.
Oh.
Yeah, you forgot about that.
ooh.
I'll get to you in a minute.
Okay.
Diane, this fellow, while you can't see him clearly, you just see his silhouette, but he doesn't smell alive.
It's the
Don't like
one-headed
that.
horseman, isn't it?
I kind of like. What's the most
not
distasteful
one-headed.
way I could say this?
See? Mean!
No, she's not mean. She just has
No
very.
taste.
Her social skills are rusty, and she's been through a lot recently. So this guy smells like a corpse. I'm not sure if that's
Don't
useful
we all? I
information. I'm not sure you have the same basis for comparison, but I'm not gonna hold that against you.
It's kind of all just dust up there.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be very congested after so long.
What does Ben?
So, Ben, you see, since you kind of like sense things, you sense his shape. He's not quite. He has the general shape of a. He and his horse have the general shape of a human and a horse, but they're both much thinner than normal. He approaches his. Responding. What did you asked him? What his purpose was?
Yeah. What's your purpose?
In a
Son of the
thick
mists.
Southern accent.
Oh yeah.
He clops into view on his horse.
Over there, bro.
Purpose? Not sure if I have no purpose anymore. And as he comes into view, you see a skeletal horse being ridden by a skeletal man wearing tattered like leathers, got a vest on.
I had a nightmare like this as a child. Like that's a real thing. Sorry, continue.
His hat is just dipped at his.
A cowboy hat, mist clears. He has this, smiling skull face.
Lighted from below because he's on a horse, just lighted from the
He's
fire
just
of
ki-
the axe.
He's lit softly by the glow of the flame, kind of ominously. And as he approaches you all, he's like, "Don't have no purpose no more. Not for a long time. What about you folks? A bit late to be wandering in the mists. Don't you know?
Wait,
Monsters.
what time is it?
It's really late at night. It's like midnight.
Oopsies. Okay, continue.
Monsters wander out in the night.
You don't say.
I do say.
Purposes are our own.
Very well, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge?
When he mentions monsters, Ben sort of points back to, Jake.
He can't. He doesn't have an eyebrow to raise, but you kind of get the sense that he's like
a little bit.
kind of cocks his head a little bit and kind of gets the sense that he's like skeptically raising his eyebrow at you. Y'all look a little monstrous to me. Except for the little lass in the back.
Thank you.
But you do have an odd feel about you. Wild. Ferocious.
Well,
You can't tell if
This
he's trying
guy
to-
tried to hit on you.
You can't tell right now if he's trying to... You know what? Make a perception check. Make an insight check, actually. Make an insight check.
Okay. I'm gonna take the first. I got a 17.
You don't think he's trying to hit on you, but is in fact referring to a different thing. So,
Well, I've been known to cheat, at bridge. What?
Scandalous.
What can I say? Carol and I get a couple.
I'm pretty good at cheating. You want to play a game?
It's all.
Dante's.
Someone else talk.
Move aside, son of the mist. Make our path clear.
Afraid I can't let y'all pass without paying the toll.
What's the toll?
5 gold pieces apiece per person.
5.
How many people are there? 1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Don't forget about the dude that's not here.
Pardon my French, but you gotta tell me a damn good story. Out of character, pardon my French.
Orthar will reach in his potato burlap sack and pull out a very large bag of jingling coins.
Oh, come on,
and
surely we.
throws it up to him.
waste
5
your
pounds for
money
all person.
here. Surely
should
one
do
of
the
us has a
story.
good
Come
story.
I have no use for them.
The horse.
I do. Aren't we going shopping?
I have what I need.
She ripped herself out of the ground
In this
from the grave
economy?
next to the
I mean, I got everything I have. I mean, you guys can go to
He's loaded.
I'm trying to think of a story, but I don't know if Ben would actually want to tell me.
Sorry, how do you just have a sack full of gold coins? Are we going to breeze past this? I feel like that's a good story.
I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing to have so much money.
past
Oh,
him
really?
trying
It's
to meet
reasonable?
you.
Yeah.
What?
Ben starts signing.
Good
Reasonable?
idea.
A
You know
great
what else?
story.
What's not reasonable?
Wait. You-
Eating people you know. You know what else
I
isn't
was
reasonable?
hungry.
Having a sack full of gold.
It's a perfectly reasonable thing. I mean, what if you need it in cases
All
like
right,
this?
sir, what's your name?
That's what's a good cowboy name.
Clyde.
Or
My name is Clint.
Or
Clint, yes.
Reinhardt.
Clint, would you like a story?
Clint Eastwood.
Earlier today, I was minding my business, stewing in my own rage, innocently in a graveyard, and this boy, who, for some reason, lives in an alleyway and constantly urinates on fire, that's his penchant for some reason, tries to take a bite of me. I did nothing. I do things. I'm aware of that. Sometimes. But I was unprovoked and we're just apparently acting like it's chill now. So, that's weird. It's been a long day for Diane.
It is pretty chill.
Actually, I have a story for you.
I don't want no falsehoods. I collect stories, see. Stories of people's lives, events that happened to
So
them.
this is a character building.
I just couldn't think of a good toll. Yeah.
Okay.
I have an interesting story.
He'll take back each 5 gold piece if anyone will tell stories.
Okay. See,
I
the
have a
horse
story.
kind of nips at you, but you still grab the coins.
I have this very good story about my good friend Doug.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Now, there was one day where my wallet was running a bit dry, and so I needed some money to buy food and clothes and things so that I wouldn't go hungry and eat people. And so I, in trade for some money, did a few jobs for this man I know named Doug.
What kind of job?
So he lives in a alleyway because the houses are somewhat dangerous at times, and he is also an artificer. He likes to make very interesting chemicals and things from things that he finds in the ground. And one day he came to me on this day that I was running a bit dry. He said, "Well, Dante, I got this white powder here, and you've got your black powder. You wanna do a little bit of trade?" And so I, being the very entrepreneurial man that I am, did this trade, and he went and blew things up in the forest, and I sold some drugs. And made money and bought these clothes.
You're telling me.
Parentless behavior.
You're telling me. That you're some kind of drug mule.
He looks up at you. You see the even though he's lit from below from the fire, you see the shadows of his hat are covering his eye sockets.
Incredible.
That's just the power of a dead cowboy.
That's fair.
You know what you want to...
His on his horse approach you a little bit, slowly. He's like,
You want to know how I died, boy?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm really quite interested in that, yes. I'd love to hear the story.
I was a lawman. Before Strahd came to this land, it was a lawless valley. I patrolled these lands. And one day, a criminal,
Diane pulls out a notebook and writes it down.
Dirty Steve.
That's a criminal name. Yep.
And the note
Can't
just
trust
says
I got a
T.
shootout with Dirty Steve. His MO was he dealt in opium, giving it to, selling it out to locals and even some children. I made it my personal mission to hunt down Dirty Steve.
Dirty Steve.
The opioid dealer. And when I finally did, we got in a shootout. Never has there been a better shootout than this. And as we opened fire, our bullets collided midair. Bounced. Ricocheted off my bullet. Yeah, his bullet landed in the town drunkard named Tommy. Fat Tommy. We call him. Fat Tommy died.
Can we just start like sneaking people past him and broil
Everybody make a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah.
Consider this
Except me, I'm listening.
Yeah, except for you. You also don't know this.
Okay. Got an 18.
John kind of wants to tell his...
Like, let's make a group stealth check. So everybody roll, and then we'll add it up.
13.
So 13, 18, 2.
And we get advantage?
Yep.
Oh, wait. Hang on.
Oh, God.
2.
So 18, 13, 2, 6.
17?
Okay.
But just say, as a group, this was a group one. So you guys, as a group, you guys all sneak past him as he tells the story.
One bullet. My bullet. Dirty Steve's bullet ricocheted off of mine and hit Fat Tommy.
We just slowly hear the sound just get
My
quieter.
bullet ricocheted off of his bullet. Then ricocheted off another stray bullet.
How many bullets are there?
Bounced off a nearby steel banjo. Ricocheting, the wind, the spin of the bullet caused it to curve, hitting me right in the heart.
He pulls back his like vest, and where like the sternum and like some of the ribs is like blasted out, and there's like a bullet lodged there.
I died instantly
Just like in Bones.
in a shootout.
He died instantly the very next day.
Unrelated illness that I had contracted years ago from a shootout. The dealer, a man like you. That's how I died.
But he's like really close.
My good friend, it's okay. I sold procaine, not nopium.
Procaine.
He said nopium, I said procaine.
Nopium.
Or at least that's what it sounded like to me.
They are basically the same concept.
You have the no-nos.
No, not quite.
Make a perception check real quick.
Ben notices for Dante to like hurry up.
Make a perception check with advantage.
18.
Okay.
You notice that all your friends are gone. You see them wandering off, or they see them continuing down the path.
Good sir, I quite enjoyed your wonderful story of your death. But more importantly, did you enjoy my story?
No.
Well, you haven't even heard how it ends.
Get out of here before I kill you.
Okay, fine. I walk over. I just walk right past him.
So upset by Dante that he just forgets everyone else was there.
What am I doing here?
As you all continue on the road, you turn back and notice that he's just sitting on he's gotten off his horse and is just staring at you guys. And you hear him quietly, almost as if the wind is carrying the sound of his voice. Hear him say, "I will get you, new dirty Steve." And you all and the mists kind of envelop him, and he's
I'm playing
gone.
that on my harmonica while we're
You all continue.
That
You
just
continue
bursts
hiking.
out like the high part.
You continue hiking through the night.
I think Diane won't say anything about what you mentioned into the daylight, just for
sounds good.
paranoia's sake.
And as dawn approaches, you see on the horizon tall walls constructed of enormous wooden posts sharpened at the top. The posts are so thick it's almost as if they uprooted an entire tree and put it there. Each post is so thick you couldn't even wrap your both arms around it, except for Orithar. He's got long arms.
Freaking giant.
Just dislocates
He has
each
no face
joint.
from Spirited Away.
No, that's fair though.
As you approach, you see these enormous walls with this giant
I'm uncomfortable.
giant iron gate rusting with two guards standing on the other side. You have arrived at Vallaki at last. It's 10 o'clock, so that's where we're going to end our session.
Okay.
Only
Dang.
mild combat. One thing, Sam, because of your obsession with funerals, I'm going to say, and you've now given it a shot, and the trauma of having caused Ismark to cry until it hurt, and he was almost comatose for a couple minutes. This has motivated you to become better at funeral speeches, so you now have advantage on charisma checks.
Let's go.
When it involves giving a eulogy.
Excellent.
Wow. I'm gonna write that down.
Advantage on eulogies.
Just call it excellent eulogy,
Excellent eulogy.
or maybe
Graceful eulogy.
graceful eulogy. Yeah.
I already wrote down excellent.
Vibrant eulogy.
We need a
Anyways,
soundboard.
I'm trying to work out a playlist and stuff
Sweet.
for this campaign.
Oh yeah, you.
But yeah,
I need to study up on
next
funeral
time
speeches.
we will
So I can
be
actually give a good
entering,
one that's not
unless you
awkward.
guys decide to do something else, the town of Vallaki
Nice.
to find either the Burgomaster or the priest or whoever the heck you guys want to talk to.
Wow. Unlike Dirty Steve.
Like Dirty Steve or New Dirty Steve. Jake, write down on your bonds.
Oh yeah, you
That
have an enemy.
You have a nemesis now. His name is
Clint.
Clint Eastwood. Or no, Clint Weststone.
Also, I haven't got your
I'm gonna
name,
write
so that's all I
Westbone.
know you as is New Dirty Steve.
And so it shall be.
Man, I forgot to write down.
Oh yeah, you
that
have a
Dante
gun,
thinks-
so you
Sorry.
can do the whole.
I forgot to write down that Diane thinks Lift has a tattoo and thinks poorly of him for that.
Any other things you'd like to write down about the poor people with nice shirts?
Nice
let's
bloodstained
see.
shirts and scary
Let's see.
bandages.
Yours and her notes are child, homeless. John, paladin human, now crossed out with like teeth thing next to it.
I grind him down. Like
Dante
humans have to do
has
that too,
a
right?
vampire in like bold.
Brushing his teeth.
Alright, Arathar says scary, eats people, rich,
No.
Yeah, sounds
If
about
he's gonna
right.
give me nicknames, I'm gonna give him a
You
nickname.
know what? Clint Westbone is such a
Dante
cooler name that's his name
tried to
canonically. His
eat
name is
me.
Clint Westbone. That's a really stupid name, but it's a name. That's his name now because he's a skeleton.